The city of Scottsbluff begins the process once again for their search for a new city manager after the council unanimously voted to terminate Dustin Rief's contract effective immediately. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, the Scottsbluff City Council unanimously voted to terminate city manager Dustin Rief's contract following his one-year job performance evaluation last night. Mayor Jeannie McCarrigan said after their 75-minute closed session, it was determined that Rief had an unfavorable performance evaluation.
And after discussing with him the deficiency in his administrative qualifications, it does not appear that they can be approved upon. So I move to terminate his employment agreement with the City of Scottsbluff and approve any severance agreement.
However, during his 6-month evaluation in September, the council was all in all pleased with Rief's first 6 months on the job, but several members said more streamlined communication down the road would be beneficial. Rief was also approved for a 5% raise shortly after that initial evaluation. City Finance Director Liz Lutzenheiser and Police Chief Kevin Spencer have been designated to fill the position of city manager until a permanent replacement can be found. Well, the owners of the Western Nebraska Pioneers and 5 other teams that broke away from the Expedition League last year say they expect their inaugural season in a new league will go on as scheduled this year, despite a civil suit by the former league. The Expedition League and its president, Steve Wagner, have filed a breach of contract suit in Pennington County, South Dakota, seeking millions of dollars in damages and an injunction to prevent the former league members from playing this summer. Chuck Heeman with the Pioneers told KNEB News very little could be said about the suit at this time, and the defendants would be filing an answer and counterclaim to the suit in short order, but the owners of the teams involved felt it was in the best interest of their ball clubs to separate.
Anybody who can operate Google can kind of do some research on the Expedition League's behavior over the last couple of years and find out why we took this action. It isn't fun for us. It's not something we wanted to do. You know, I tell people all the time we didn't just wake up one morning last September and say, "Gee, wouldn't it be fun to go to court?" So. The bottom line on everything, it's part of the lawsuit that was filed. It's part of the process of untangling.
Heeman said the owners who left and helped form the Independence League believe when the facts are presented to the court, the Expedition League's claims will be dismissed and the season will start on time on May 24th. We'll have more news right after this.
The journey of a dream becoming reality. When we're young, a dream develops into a passion. That passion continues to manifest and grows as you do. It becomes all you want to do and all you want to be. It gives you direction. It drives you. Then your dream has become a reality. When that dream is ready to be reality, Platte Valley Bank will be with you every step of the way.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Back. A Scottsbluff man caught with dealer amounts of methamphetamine, heroin, and nearly 500 fentanyl pills will strike a plea deal to avoid going to trial. 34-year-old Dustin Rief was arrested on a warrant last month charging him with possession of methamphetamine, fentanyl pills, and heroin. When he was arrested, officers searched him and found an additional 66 grams of meth, more than 300 fentanyl pills, and another 22 grams of heroin. Court records show he's set to plead no contest to possession of methamphetamine between 28 and 140 grams and possession with intent to distribute heroin. Lenhart will be back in court this Friday for his change of plea hearing. If District Judge Leo DeBravoni accepts his guilty or no contest pleas, Lenhart will face a prison sentence ranging from 5 to 50 years. Well, discussion and the circumstances surrounding Monday night's official resignation by Senator Mike Groene consumed discussion on the legislative floor yesterday. The former lawmaker from North Platte stepped down amid news reports that he took inappropriate photos of a female legislative staffer, which she later discovered on his laptop. Senator Dan Hughes, who's the chairperson of the executive board, spoke about the ongoing harassment investigation, saying after the staffer turned down an informal resolution last Friday, a 3-senator panel met yesterday morning to start the formal inquiry, which will include an outside investigator.
It is important for their work to be transparent, and I have asked the panel to prepare a report that can be shared with the public and the body. I want to stress that if the panel uncovers any evidence of any potential criminal activity, that information will be referred to the Attorney General's office for appropriate action.
Hughes also said that so far he's seen no evidence that anyone tried to dissuade the staffer from pushing for a formal investigation, nor is there any evidence that any other lawmaker received or took part in the circulation of the photos. Governor Pete Ricketts has said he will move quickly to name a successor to the seat, and if they wanted to retain the position, the appointee would need to file to run in the general election. And Governor Pete Ricketts will once again be the featured guest at an ice cream social to be held this Friday in Gering. Joining the governor will be Republican gubernatorial candidate Jim Pillen. Topics anticipated to be discussed are current water issues, especially regarding the South Platte River and Colorado, as well as the governor's legislative agenda to provide income and property tax relief to Nebraskans. This event is sponsored by Barb and Marty Martinson and starts at 3 p.m. at the Legacy of the Plains Museum, is open and free to the public. Well, coming up after the break, temperatures struggled to get into the single digits today. Bill Boyer will be in with your midweek forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
Why love a rain garden? Let me count the ways. Rain gardens contain and filter water runoff while recharging our underground water supply. They provide habitat for birds, bees, and beneficial insects. Native perennials give 4 seasons of color and texture, beautifying a home while increasing its value. Established gardens are low-maintenance, low-water landscape features, colorful, functional, and sustainable. Rain gardens, brought to you by Tri-City Stormwater. Our water, our responsibility.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, Mother Nature getting close to letting go of her grip that she's had on the area here of very cold temperatures. We're going to see single digits tonight. I think temps might actually fall a little lower than what you saw there, and wind chills even colder than that. We do have wind chill warnings through tomorrow morning. Wind chills 20 to 30 below are expected. Going to see a little bit of light snow overnight. Moderating temps come then by the weekend. Yesterday we hit 4 after a morning low of 5 below zero. We did end up with 2 additional hundredths of an inch of moisture. So on the plus side of things for the month and the year so far. Well, here we go. Yesterday we had temps that were 42 degrees below normal. We were right there again today. 2 anomalies here that are certainly going to stick out in the month of February after those stretch of very nice weather. The good news is we're heading back into this territory and above normal through the end of the weekend and into early next week. Got to get through one more cold night first, and we still do have wind chill warnings out here for western Nebraska, eastern Wyoming, northeastern Colorado, and southwestern South Dakota in wind chill advisory, with a large other portion of the country under wind chill advisories as well. The big story, though, is right here in the central part of the country where we have winter storm warnings for Oklahoma City, St. Louis, portions of that area, dealing with very strong winter conditions and very cold temperatures as well. Speaking of cold, we're starting to see some reprieve off to the east of us. It's coming our way. We've got temperatures in the single digits above and below zero for most of us. Most of us above zero. It's 1 below in Lusk right now. 0 to 7 will cover everybody else. Winds are still out of the east-southeast at 10 to 20, gusting at times over 20 miles an hour. That's dropping those wind chills into the teens below zero in many locations. Well, we told you that wind chill warning goes through tomorrow morning at 11. We'll tell you why that is. Let's take a look at our forecast here for wind chills as we go through the evening hours. We're going to keep wind chills falling in the teens below zero. And then as we go later on into the overnight hours towards early tomorrow morning, those wind chills are going to stay well below zero. By 8 o'clock, again, we continue below zero. But look what happens as we get closer to 10. We start to see those wind chills climb, get above zero, and by afternoon could be in the single digits. That's downright balmy for where we've been the last several days. So getting on the bus tomorrow, we're going to see wind chills maybe 20 to 30 below. Single digits on the way out the door. On the way home, we could be at 20 with some sunshine back out there again. That sounds great, doesn't it? And again, just a few flurries or snow showers will move across the region tonight. We're not going to see much more in the way of snowfall till early tomorrow morning, and then we have one last salvo kind of coming through the area, mainly to the southeast again today. Same areas that got it today. We'll get it again tomorrow. Lows overnight probably going to be below zero for most of us. Now tomorrow we start off the day with that snow in the east. It quickly moves out by late morning, and then skies clear from west to east across the area, and we're going to be left with partly sunny skies as we go through the afternoon and a much milder day tomorrow. It's not certainly going to be warm. It's still going to be well below normal, but temps only 20 to 30 degrees below normal instead of 40-plus degrees below normal, but then the warmer air returns as we get into the weekend. As far as additional snowfall, could see an inch or two in areas off to the south and east of us where we do have those areas seeing that. Otherwise, we're going to have light snow amounts for everybody else. Forecast tonight, cloudy, a few flurries or snow showers down to 3 or 4 below. Tomorrow, some morning clouds, afternoon sun. It won't be as cold. Still chilly. Highs in the low 20s. And then take a look at Friday. We could be in the mid-30s. 40s for Saturday. 50s Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Ash Wednesday. We already have temps into the 60s. So a return to much more milder conditions coming. We just have to get through the next couple of days, and then things are going to warm up quite a bit out there. Be careful on Saturday. Could see a bit of blowing snow around with those breezy conditions before the snow has a chance to crust over.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It has been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome back. For this week's featured Pet of the Week, we meet Sasha, a sassy girl who knows what she wants and uses her voice to get it. This is Sasha, a 4-year-old domestic medium hair cat that has been at the Panhandle Humane Society since Christmas. Staff says Sasha loves getting petted and will reciprocate that love right back. Her adoption cost is $50, and that includes her spay, microchipping, and all vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Sasha will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling her right away.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
Swipe right, swipe left, endlessly searching. Finding the perfect match isn't always perfect, but it can be when it comes to finances. Nora found the perfect business loan. Jenny opened her first savings account. Grammy loves her checking account. We found a match for Wilson Farms. The Sandersons were matched with a mortgage. Regardless of your financial situation, Platte Valley Bank will match you with the perfect solution. Find your match at Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, the public is invited to discuss the history and future of the Midwest Theater during the Friends of the Midwest Theater's annual meeting next Wednesday evening. Executive Director Billy Estes encourages members, volunteers, patrons, and interested community members to attend the meeting and learn about the theater's activities. He adds that as a community theater, keeping their operations open and transparent while allowing input from community members is key. The meeting is at 6 p.m. at the theater, and popcorn will be available for attendees to snack on. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay warm out there. We'll see you here next time.